fine all this time, I was inside out. Put my heart in your hands till it came back round. Didn't think that you'd fallen so deep. Didn't know that I had it in me. Guess my sanity breaks away too easy.
Bring it to a heart, back down. Bring it to a heart, you're whack and it's all your fault. Back down. Bring it to a heart, you're whack and it's all your fault. Back down, back down, back down, back down, back down. That's how it was and that's how it is. Back.
Upside down, had a flame in your eyes, all I saw was doubt. Oh, paranoid, got lost in my own world. Made a choice, now it's too late to return. Watch my sanity break away too easy.
Bring it to a heart, back down. Bring it to a heart, you're back and it's all your fault. Back down. Bring it to a heart, you're back and it's all your fault. Back down, back down, back down, back down. That's how it was and that's how it is. Back.
You were fine all this time, I was inside out. Put my heart in your hands till it came back round. Didn't think that you'd fallen so deep. Didn't know that I had it in me. Guess my sanity breaks away too easy.
Bring it to a heart, back down. Bring it to a heart, you're whack and it's all your fault. Back down. Bring it to a heart, you're whack and it's all your fault. Back down, back down, back down, back down, back down. That's how it was and that's how it is. Back.
Upside down, had a flame in your eyes, all I saw was doubt. Oh, paranoid, got lost in my own world. Made a choice, now it's too late to return. Watch my sanity break away too easy.
Bring it to a heart, back down. Bring it to a heart, you're back and it's all your fault. Back down. Bring it to a heart, you're back and it's all your fault. Back down, back down, back down, back down, back down. That's how it was and that's how it is. Back.
this time I was inside out. Put my heart in your hands till it came back round. Didn't think that you'd fallen so deep. Didn't know that I had it in me. Guess my sanity breaks away too easy.
Bring it to a halt, back down. Bring it to a halt, you're whack and it's all your fault. Back down. Bring it to a halt, you're whack and it's all your fault. Back down, back down, back down, back down. That's how it was and that's how it is. Back.
Upside down, had a flame in your eyes, all I saw was doubt. Oh, paranoid, got lost in my own world. Made a choice, now it's too late to return. Watch my sanity break away too easy.
Bring it to a halt, back down. Bring it to a halt, you're whack and it's all your fault. Back down. Bring it to a halt, you're whack and it's all your fault. Back down, back down, back down, back down. That's how it was and that's how it is. Back.
You were fine all this time, I was inside out. Put my heart in your hands till it came back round. Didn't think that you'd fallen so deep. Didn't know that I had it in me. Guess my sanity breaks away too easy.
Bring it to a halt, back down. Bring it to a
properties. Yep. Hello, hello. এবার সব ঠিক আছে। হ্যালো হ্যালো। এই গেমটা প্রত্যেকবার এই ইস্যুটাই হবে, একবার শুধুমাত্র আমি হোম মারলে হয়েছে, হয়ে গেছে। Not responding. La noire. Not responding. জানি তো, আমি জানি তো, আমি জানি। হ্যালো, শোনা যাচ্ছে? হ্যাঁ আমিও জানি, আমার মাইকটা অফ ছিল একটু আগে, তো আমি এক্ষুনি অন করলাম আর এক্ষুনি শোনা যাচ্ছে, কিন্তু অন করতে গিয়ে গেমটাকে বন্ধ করে আমি অন করলাম, দ্যাট ইজ ওয়াই গেমটা চলছে না। গেমটাকে আবার চালাতে হবে, কানেক্টিং টু রকস্টার গেম সার্ভার, সব ভালো, বাট গেমটা একবার মেন পেজ থেকে, বহুত পুরোনো দিনের গেম, আমি বুঝি না। গেমটা চাইছে হচ্ছে ডাইরেক্টএক্স 9, যেখানে আমার ডাইরেক্টএক্স 12 আছে। তো গেমটা যখন 9-এ কম্পার্টেবল, তাহলে গেমটা তো তো ল্যাগ হয় কেন? মানে গেমটা একটু ল্যাগই গেম, আমার ফিল হয় এটা, আই ডোন্ট নো, মেবি দিস ইজ মাই ফল্ট। বা আমি হয়তো সিঙ্গেল পিসি স্ট্রিম করি, দ্যাটস ওয়াই হতে পারে পারফরমেন্স কমে গেছে, গেমিং পারফরমেন্স পসিবল। হ্যালো অনুশ্রী, তুই কি আছিস চ্যাটে? চ্যাট করো আমার সাথে। রিজিউম। আজকে আমরা একটা নতুন কেস স্টাডি করব। কালকে একটা রং মানুষকে ফাঁসিয়েছিলাম, দ্য হোয়াইট স্নো স্লেইং। হ্যাঁ, আই নো তুই আছিস। এই দেখ কেসটা, দেখ কি হবে, মানে এটা মার্ডার হবে আই থিঙ্ক। নেশা করে হাঁটছে নাকি? হয়ে গেছে, মার্ডার হয়ে গেছে।
Good morning, gentlemen, and
Very
what a
good morning,
grand
sir.
morning it is too. We have just cause for celebration. Galloway and Phelps are sending another fiend to San Quentin. A nice showy trial, and he'll be strapped down with gas seeping into his tiny reptile brain. Now, to fresh business. Galloway and Phelps, the task is at hand. The address is on the hill, north downtown off Fremont Avenue.
হয়ে গেছে, কেস স্টার্ট।
Skipper, is the new letter genuine?
Now, boys, we all know how many imbeciles have confessed in the short case. Ray Pinker will let us know in good time.
আমার পার্টনার কোথায়?
Fine morning indeed. We keep locking them up, but the bodies keep piling up.
Californians love a fad, Phelps. As long as the bricks hold up at San Quentin, there'll always be killers in this town to send there.
বৃষ্টি হচ্ছে বাইরে।
Greetings from sunny California. What's it gonna stop?
তুই চালা, তুই ভালো জানিস।
First the letter, and now another body. Come on, you can't keep on telling me there's not a killer still out there.
You know, Phelps, all these arrests on your record are giving you a reputation. You don't want them turning into unsolved.
Getting a vicious killer off the streets is more important than my reputation.
Really?
And besides, landing a big fat marlin is more impressive than an ocean full of minnows.
The minnows make it the man. You can't always hit home run. Sometimes you just gotta make first.
আচ্ছা, প্যাসিফিক ইলেকট্রিক ট্রেন।
Detectives,
Phelps and Galloway, homicide.
ওকে চ্যাটস
scene
বলো।
secure. The rest
কে
of the
মার্ডার
patrolmen are going
করেছে
door to
এখানে?
door canvassing for witnesses.
Thanks. Keep me informed.
Will do, Detective.
This looks awfully familiar.
I think that's the impression the boys from the Examiner took with them as well.
There's nothing original under the sun. Why should murder be any different?
What do we have so far?
Not much trace evidence to speak of. Storm blew in around 10 last night, and the rain washed most of it away.
And the body?
Looks like she was tipped out of an automobile from the tire tracks and superficial injuries. Strangled with a length of rope. And for my money, it's triple braid again.
Time of death?
From her temperature, maybe 2 a.m., but it was cold last night.
Usual head injuries.
Blunt force trauma. Knock him over the head, then strangle and mutilate. No message with this one.
At least she was left clothed.
I doubt very much he was concerned with her dignity.
The green silk dress is very distinctive. Any sign of her other shoe?
No. And no handbag or other personal effects.
Okay. টাকা জাস্ট বডিটা চেক করি এই সর আমি বডি চেক করতে এসেছি গুড নাইট টাটা ওকে টাটা গুড নাইট আচ্ছা একেও গলায় দড়ি দেওয়া হয়েছে
There appears to be a dry cleaning label. Superior Laundry Services,
Laundry
F1363.
এরা রিং টিং কিছু নেই
Catch all the good ones, Phelps.
হাতে কিছু নেই ইনভেস্টিগেশনের
Another day, another goblin.
ওকে এদিক দিয়ে
No
এসছে
drag
আমার
marks.
কাছে
The killer was moving around, surveying the scene.
বাট যখন মেয়েটা হাঁটছিল রাত্রিবেলা তখন কিন্তু পাতি বোতল পড়ে আছে চাকার দাগ
Our driver and our killer are most likely one and the same.
তার মানে গাড়িটা এদিক থেকে এসে এখানটা ব্রেক মেরে দাঁড়ালো ঠিক আছে এখান থেকে বডিটা নামালো এনে বডিটা এখানে ফেলে দিল এটা হচ্ছে বুটের ছাপ ফেলে দিল দেন আবার এখান থেকে গেল এই গাড়িতে বসলো দেন আবার এদিক দিয়ে বেরিয়ে গেল ওকে লেটস সি
Detectives, I've been working the houses across the street and up the block. This lady thinks she has something for us.
Detective Phelps, LAPD.
I'm Mrs. Barton, Catherine Barton. I live just across the way.
তুই ওখান থেকে বলতে চলে এসেছিস
Did you see anyone around here last night?
Not last night, but yesterday, early evening, I saw that awful hobo.
হবো ওকে
Do you have a description?
Tall, gaunt, horribly disfigured. I think he may have had an accident in the war. He's a very scary, angry man.
Any idea where we might find him?
One of the hobo camps around here. He's some kind of hobo leader. They all follow him around.
Thank you, ma'am. You've been a big help.
Of course. Anything I can do to help. I'd hate to think that something so ghastly could happen right here and nothing be done about it.
থ্যাংক ইউ ম্যাম ওকে ফোন করতে হবে একটা আমাকে অ্যাড্রেস জানতে হবে লন্ড্রি অ্যাড্রেস
Cole Phelps, badge 1247.
How can I help, Detective?
I need an address on Superior Laundry Services.
Laundry Services, 1260 West 1st Street.
Can you track down reports of hobo camps in the vicinity of Signal Hill?
Just a moment, Detective. There's a large camp under the bridge on Grand between Temple and Sunset.
Thank you.
এটা কোন কিরম লোকেশন? Between the temple and sunset. Okay, let's go, Watson. Oh, Watson আমার গাড়িতেই আছে। চল আমি ড্রাইভ করি। Laundry service.
No message.
Excuse me?
There was no message.
Where?
On the Vic. The last bodies had something written on them. This one didn't.
I'm failing to follow you.
Can't be the same guy, is what I'm saying, right? Before you start trying to link this to Maldonado.
1 second, sound. Music sound একটু কমিয়ে দিই।
And all the others.
There are more factors to consider than the messages, Rusty.
This doesn't fit your pattern, Cole. End of conversation. Understand?
At
least the rain stopped. Change back into those white ducks.
Mallory's Cafe, 391 Broadway. Unit to handle code 3, identify.
Out of the car! Police!
You can't do this!
Come on. You have to talk with me.
Wow, that looks like a view.
Phelps, leave him be.
Nah. ছাড়ো কেন, গাড়িতে ধাক্কা মেরেছে। মার শালাকে।
Wait for the next turning and go right.
Superior laundry.
Phelps and Galloway, LAPD. We're investigating a case, and one of your laundry labels came up. F1363.
If you give me a minute, I'll go find a register and you can take a look.
নিশ্চয়ই। Take your time and show me.
You take a look for yourself. I've got clothes that need pressing.
You wrote the number down on that dress, is it there?
F13. Laundry level F1363. F1363. 1363. 63 13. Mrs. T.T. Tradition.
Mrs. T. Terrellson, 43 Emerald Street, Westlake.
Emerald Street. Let's go. Thank you.
You can drive.
And where exactly are we going?
Street যাব
I've got a feeling we're about to meet another wife killer.
You've always got that feeling, Rusty.
Yeah, and it's usually correct.
Please, for once, can you not let your assumptions color your detective work?
Just you wait. Nordic types show a particular disposition for this stuff.
RKO Hill Street. Emerald Street. 12:52 দুপুরবেলা।
Hello? Yes?
Detectives Phelps and Galloway. Is your wife home, sir?
My wife went out last night and she hasn't come home.
Can you describe your wife and what she was wearing?
We were out at a friend's place, Bobby Ross's, for a party. She was kind of dolled up. She had her green silk dress, open-toed white shoes. Those are her favorite shoes.
Can we come in, Mr. Tarleton? I'm afraid we have some rather bad news. Do you have someone who can look after your children, Mr. Tarleton?
I've been trying to arrange a sitter. Look, tell me what's happened.
I'm afraid your wife was murdered last night. Her body was found this morning. We're very sorry for your loss. I know this is a difficult time, Mr. Tarleton, but we are going to need you to answer some questions. First, we're going to take a look around.
What for? You don't think
it's
that...
procedure. You see to your girls.
Stay here till Daddy's finished talking to these men.
Where's Mommy?
Everything's gonna be all right, sweetheart.
We would like Mommy to come home now, Daddy.
What's the problem, Tarleton? Let him search. You got nothing to hide. Want to hear something funny, Tarleton? Some bums think filling out a mission first.
Wonder why the picture was turned down.
Check if she was a regular.
Burns bar.
Doesn't give me anything to go on.
It's a children's room.
It doesn't appear to be connected. Not much help.
Edge.
If you'd excuse me, ladies.
It would take a smarter man than me to connect that.
So, let's go.
Baron's bar again. Someone must be real sweet on this dive.
Okay, let's
For the
tell the
record, Mr.
story.
Townsend, what is your wife's name?
Teresa.
Possible suspects.
Do you have any idea why anyone would want to hurt your wife?
No. Everyone loved Teresa. She was so full of life. It can't be anyone who knew her.
এটা হবো time of death laundry level ও সত্যি কথা বলছে I think boat type tie track laundry laser থেকে বাড়ির অ্যাড্রেস পেয়ে গেছি bar
So you don't know anyone who would want her dead?
No, I don't.
alibi
You said you went to a party at Bobby Ross's place?
That's right, Bobby had a bunch of people over. We were having a good time. She said she was bored and decided to leave.
জানে কিছুটা Orders were manufactured with address.
You let your drunk wife leave the party and go off on her own?
Look, I was angry. I was having a good time. She has to go and ruin it. We always have to do what she wants to do. Last night she wanted to go dancing.
Any idea where?
Where she always goes. A bar down on North Beaudry Avenue. Baron's Bar. She goes there, drinks too much, gets maudlin, and calls me. I go and bring her home.
Orders for victim's states on mine.
Mr. Terrellson, was Teresa happy at home?
Yeah, I think she was.
I don't think so. তোর হাত ফাত কাঁপছে
Spill it, Terrellson. We like the look of you for this, so you better give us something.
We're at the party. She has a few and says she wants to go out dancing. We only have the sitter until 9. I get mad. I tell her to go ahead, but I'm staying. She storms out. Look, I'm doing well at cards. I hardly ever do well. I married her because she was so much fun, but now she drives me fucking crazy.
What time did she leave the party?
About 8:30, maybe a little earlier.
8:30 time of death বলছে 2 AM 8:30 2 AM 4 ঘন্টা পর last contact.
When was the last time you saw your wife?
Around 8:30. The card game at Bobby's was wrapping up. I played out my hand and drove home here. I paid the sitter and went to bed.
Why did you only report your wife missing this morning?
I thought she would have called up last night from the bar.
Thanks for answering our questions, Mr. Terrellson. You'll need to go downtown to identify your wife's body.
I should have taken her dancing.
In my experience, Mac, if you give in to broads, you'll be giving in to them your entire life.
Appreciate your time, sir.
Goodbye, children.
You believe this guy's story?
No.
Kind of rings true.
Maybe. Either way, we need to check the alibi. This Bobby Ross character.
Officer Phelps, 103 and East.
First যাবো বর্ডার স্কোয়ারে
Phelps, 1247.
How can I help, Detective?
Can you run an address for a Bobby Ross? Then send some uniforms over.
Would you like him picked up?
No. Suspect says he was with Ross last night. We need to confirm the alibi.
I'll get a prowl car dispatched.
Thanks, ma'am.
That's the guy from the pictures. Solved that big case.
দাঁড়া অফিস বারে যাবো
I love these waitresses. Everyone's a doll.
Gents, drink?
Phelps and Galloway, LAPD.
I'm Benny Clough. This about Teresa Terrellson?
Yes, it is.
I heard about it on the radio. They're saying it was that Black Dahlia freak again? God damn it. Yeah, I rang that husband of hers. The babysitter said he was out.
If you don't mind, we have a few questions.
Last contact.
What time did Teresa leave?
Around 10:30, I think.
10:30 সাড়ে আটটার সময় ওখান থেকে বেরিয়েছে 8টার সময় ওখান থেকে বেরিয়ে 7টার সময় কথা বলে এর কাছে সাথে বলছে 10:30 ওকে
On foot, in a car, by bus? How was it?
She called for a cab.
Did you get the number?
Sure I did. I like Teresa. The only time she has a drink is when things aren't going so good at home. I was worried about her.
She wants a 5-star goddamn wedding. Boy, let's take
Put out an APB on the cab. 3591. Should be traceable.
Does the chicken come
ঠিক
with
আছে
fried tomatoes?
Who was she with? We've had reports about a tall, gaunt-looking hobo. He wasn't here last night?
I get plenty of bums in here, but nothing to fit that description.
The likelihood is that whoever she left here with killed her. Give it up, Benny.
All right, 2 creeps were all over her, promising to take her dancing.
You get a good look at these guys?
Sure. I got a good look. One of them was a sailor in uniform. His cap said, USS Indiana.
And the other man?
The other guy is Richard Bates. He's sitting in the back right now. Red polo shirt.
Hey.
Any idea where she was headed?
Nope. I didn't get that.
Yellow cap. Okay.
The husband said she wanted to go dancing.
Yeah, she always wants to dance when she's been drinking. She was trying to talk some guys into taking her to one of the dance halls.
Thank you for your help, Mr. Clough. We'll take it from here.
Hey, no problem.
This is Bates?
That's him.
LAPD.
Don't make me chase you, shitbird. Can't let the son of a bitch get away. Go, Phelps, get after it. Come on, gotta ride. Get in and drive. I thought you were gonna leave me there.
Who knows what this guy will pull when he's cornered? We could have a killer on our hands.
Come on, Phelps, you're letting this lust get away from you.
I don't think the killer would be kicking back in the bar where he met the Vic in.
Listen, a creature of habit is your killer. For some reason, they're sticklers for routine. He's showing you how it's done. Phelps, you gotta get me closer. I'll try to shoot out his tires. Wish me luck. Let's end this farce.
All right, you got me. I've had enough.
Put your hands where I can see them. Okay, Bates.
You're
gonna answer some questions.
I have a choice in this.
No, you don't have. Evidence sketch.
Last night, you went drinking with a lady in the bar. Now she's dead. And your face is all messed up.
I'm in the clear on that. She preferred a sailor. You could lay it off on him. Are we finished?
Sailor to বুঝলাম পালে আলি কেন
Do you want my partner to sap you? Tell us what we want to know.
She was okay. Drunk. Pissed off at her old man, wanting to go dancing. I thought I'd ply her with a few drinks and get my end away. Looks like your salty had the same idea.
So what happened when you left the bar?
Sailor boy laid one on me. A cheap shot. After that, I don't know.
You've done time, haven't you, Richard? Is that why you ran?
I'm on parole.
On what offense?
Sexual assault. Look, I was lying there on the sidewalk. He flags a cab and jumps in with the broad.
We're taking you in, Bates.
How come?
Just for a chat. Nice private chat. I'll explain my theory of once a degenerate, always a degenerate.
Take him to Central. He's a material witness in a murder case. Find him a cozy cell.
Richard here knows the drill.
Okay, কি ক্লু পাওয়া গেল?
What now?
Call in that cab number. Put out an APB. We'll have the whole force on this case.
That's that cop. Seems like a decent guy.
Phelps, badge 1247.
How can I help, Detective?
I need an APB out on a yellow cab, number 3591. Ask dispatch to relay all sightings to car 11K.
No problem. I'll get on the radio.
Were there any incident reports filed in the vicinity of Barron's Bar on North Beaudry Avenue? We're tracking a sailor who was involved in a fight outside the bar.
I can check the reports, Detective. I have a message for you from Captain Donnelly. Message reads, James Jessup, U.S. Navy able seaman, has information relevant to your case. Jessup is currently being detained at Central Station.
Could be our man. Thanks for your help.
James Jessup. ঠিক আছে. Let's see my clues. I mean locations. Police station e gale apni ekhon because police station e on. Chalo. Ar over bari theke ঘুরে আসলো না?
That's the guy. I hear he's an honest cop. There's an oxymoron for you.
Won't let me help you? You just want to keep me awake, don't you? Why don't you admit it? I'm sick. What's yours out here?
Car 11K, we have a response on your APB regarding yellow cab number 3591. The vehicle has been identified at a gas station. Now heading west on 7th Street.
Garage on 7th Street. Let's hit it, Phelps. The cab driver might tie this whole thing together.
I hope you're right.
You see our taxi anywhere? Where's that cab got to now?
11K, yellow cab number 3591, sighted at the corner of Wilshire and Whitmer. Repeat, Wilshire and Whitmer, 11K.
Straight on.
LAPD, we're investigating a murder.
What's that got to do with me?
The fare you picked up from Barron's bar last night. What was the woman wearing?
It's a green dress. Oh, don't tell me something's happened to her.
Tell me about her.
She was with this sailor, and he was all over her. She wasn't having any of it. Said she just wanted to dance. But he had that look in his eye.
Where did you drop them off?
It's at the Crystal Ballroom.
What time?
After midnight. 12:30? Something like that.
Thanks. You've been a big help.
Well, that's gonna ruin my day.
Lay that pistol down, babe. Lay that pistol down. Pistol back for mama. Put it down before it goes off the first time. She cussed and cried and said I'd lied. Wished that I was dead.
You know the way. You can drive.
Isn't that the cop who solved the big case and got promoted?
You drive. I need to go over the case notes. You're behind the wheel.
মানে ক্যাপ্টেন এ বলছে ক্যাপ্টেন করেছে কিছু না কিছু তো ছাড়ছি আমি এখানে একটা গোটা ঘর আছে, আমি সেটা দেখিনি। সেখানে কিনা লন্ড্রি রুম আছে।
So she went out without her handbag? At least she was spared that particular indignity. She'd have to be in quite a state to leave this behind.
ওকে, পার্স এখানে পড়ে আছে, ওখানে চলে গেছে। মাটি।
You can see if Pinker can match the impression to the crime scene.
আচ্ছা, হাজবেন্ডের কাছে জুতোটা কেন? বৃষ্টিতে
Lars was out in the rain last night.
এবার কি বলবি তুই?
I can't believe Teresa's dead.
Like a match with the ligature marks.
এখানেও হাজবেন্ড।
We've got Sailor Boy offering himself up on a plate back at Central. Let's go.
Please, can I have some time to explain to my daughters?
You know the way. You can drive.
Fine. Where are we headed?
Hobo camp.
I think we ought to investigate the hobo lead.
Well, if you think we ought to, then I guess we ought.
Can you drive to this one? We're looking for a tall, disfigured man at the camp.
Could be difficult. Most bums look deformed to me.
Come on, Rusty. This isn't gothic fiction. Hobos are just like you or me. They're just men who've fallen on hard times.
You ain't much of a detective, Phelps. You think of hobos like me. Clue number one, how do I smell?
Of alcohol and stale sweat. You know, I may be onto something here.
Very funny, Phelps.
আচ্ছা, সে ক্যাপ্টেনটার কথা বলছে, সেই ক্যাপ্টেনটাকে করতে পারছে না।
I fought. Where's my wife? Nobody cares about me. I took.
We're looking for a tall man with a disfigured face. Do you know him?
Huh? What? I fought in 2 wars, you know, son. I think I earned some peace and quiet.
The bum isn't here.
Look at these people. We should follow the lead. These guys can wait.
Okay. তোরা আছিস হবো ও গ্যামসে থাকিস
Isn't that the cop who caught the guy who was pretending to be dead? You can't do this!
Isn't he the cop they've been talking about on the radio? Want another commendation?
I survived the war for this. Hey, fuck you, asshole!
Maybe this is going to help us. Oh, I wish I could afford that. Looks like a beauty.
What's your beef with this guy, Phelps?
Slow down! That's disgusting. Didn't you ever hear of germs?
You're a real asshole, you know that? You can't do this!
Son, you're a couple of slates short of a full roof.
Isn't that the cop who caught the guy who was pretending to be dead?
Phelps, leave him be.
কাউকে কিচ্ছু করিনি আমি শুধু খুঁজছি
What's your beef with this guy, Phelps?
একটু চুপ থাকবি প্লিজ
Phelps, leave him be. What's your beef with this guy, Phelps?
স্ক্যাম করা হয়ে গেছে
Phelps, leave him be.
I'm sorry
Hey, this isn't New York.
Okay, we have to go.
Oh, I wish I could afford that.
You drive. I need to go over the case notes.
ওর হাজবেন্ডের কাছে জুতো ওর হাজবেন্ডের কাছে জামা মানে ওর হাজবেন্ড গিয়েছিল ওখানে, যদি ওর হাজবেন্ড না মার্ডার করে থাকে তো ওর মার্ডারটা কে করেছে? ক্যাপ্টেন। ক্যাপ্টেনের সাথেই সারাক্ষণ ছিল, ক্যাপ্টেন ওকে নাচতে বলছিল, দ্যাট ইজ ওয়াই। বাট ওয়্যার ইজ দিস ক্যাপ্টেন?
He's in interview too.
Thanks. What do you make of him?
Sailor on furlough who looks like he's in trouble and knows it.
Sailor, oh, acha. Interview
I'm praying
2.
that those prints come through so I can mail
Interview
that
2, interview number 2, interview 1.
Guy gave his wife a tap. I said, all spare and love him more.
Room 2.
Detectives Phelps and Galloway. We know why you're here, Jessup, so it would be best if you answered our questions truthfully.
I don't want any trouble. That's why I'm here. I heard on the radio about this lady getting killed. I got leave from my CO to come down straight away.
So why did you kill her?
I didn't kill anyone. Look, you need to believe me.
Let's start at the beginning. You went to Barron's bar. What time did you arrive?
I got a 24-hour pass. I got there around 7.
That's where you met Teresa Terrellson?
Sure. We had a couple of drinks.
Time কখন বললি? 7. What is what? What is it? সবই ওর হাজবেন্ডের বাড়ি থেকে পাওয়া গেছে। তাহলে কি করে এ ভিকটিম হচ্ছে? মানে এ মার্ডার করেছে বলছি।
And you started talking.
She looked good in her green dress. Up close, she was a little older than I thought, but like I said, I only had a 24-hour pass.
Incident with Bates.
You had a fist fight with Richard Bates over Mrs. Terrellson.
You met the guy? He's a creep. You should take a look at him for this.
He's pointing the finger directly at you, Jessup.
I only had one night before I was back in the tub. He had all the time in the world to look for some action. I belted him. I'd do it again. She was better off with me.
Sure. You're a shining example of chivalry, Jessup. If your story doesn't check out, Jessup, we're hanging you out to dry. Can you put the guy in 2 in a cell and inform the commander?
Sure, Detective. Got a message for you. Sighting of your disfigured hobo on Grand between Temple and Sunset. And it looks like the beau has a record, too. He's wanted in connection with 2 female assaults.
Thanks.
Air investigation করতে হবে হোবো ক্যাম্পে।
You can drive. And where exactly are we going?
কোথায় একটা হোবো ক্যাম্প?
Three suspects in the can and one on the hook. And still no hard evidence on any of them.
KGPL, Dakar 11K, 11K, come in.
11K, go ahead.
Patrolman reporting that Bobby Ross's car game is breaking up at midnight.
11K, roger that. Plenty of time to get downtown, Cole.
It's possible. Have them bring him in.
KGPL, we have Lars Terrellson picked up.
11K, roger.
LAPD. We'd like a word with you.
Save it for someone who's interested. They're fascists. Come to move us on and steal what little we have left.
6 rounds won't get us far.
You understand what was said. We need to hold out.
How do we do that?
Like this. Fuck that. Down, Phelps.
You want your rightful share? We need to fight for it.
This is Joe Louis. Killing make you feel powerful.
Hey, watch the suit.
What's your name?
Comrade Stalin.
Very funny. We'll find out from your personal effects.
Stuart Ackerman.
You're under suspicion for murder, Ackerman. We're taking you downtown.
You can't do anything more to me than what the Japanese have already done.
The Kremlin's over here, Phelps. Toss it. See what you find.
Purse.
Ackerman doesn't look like much of a dancer.
Crystal ballroom ticket. Oh, there it is.
Looks familiar. Safe bet
Modern
it'll match the
weapon.
mark under Teresa Terrelson's chin.
Not a weapon. Yes, सही वाला. तुम्हारा jaundice है केस. Missing morphine.
Still working, Jack. I'm off to the Lighthouse Club in Santa Monica.
Hello, Jack.
Mr. Benson, this is Courtney Sheldon. He's a buddy of mine from the war.
Well, I'm sure you two will want to polish some old war stories. Good evening, Jack. Mr. Sheldon.
Good night, sir. Take a seat, Courtney.
We need your help, Jack.
I told you I would have nothing to do with that.
I'm fine too, Jack. Medical school's going well. I got a part-time job.
Do dope peddlers need part-time jobs?
We made a mistake and we're in trouble, Jack. A local gangster, Mickey Cohen, is putting on the squeeze.
So hand it over, walk away. What's stopping you?
We had a deal with them that they would dole it out slowly. They said they would supply abortion clinics and doctors, but they've been moving it on to addicts, and they can't cope with the purity.
So your problem is with gangsters being dishonest.
My problem is that people are dying, and that if this gets back to us, we'll all end up in jail.
So how am I supposed to help, Courtney? This isn't the war. I can't just wave a magic wand and clean up your mess.
We want you to negotiate, Jack.
The only thing these guys understand is force, Sheldon. They got to the top back east by proving to be more vicious than the English, the Irish, and the Dutch. They make their own laws. That's the nature of a secret society. God's sake, Courtney, you want to be a doctor. How can you fight with that?
We are better trained, Jack.
I didn't make it through the war to come back to this kind of shit, Sheldon.
Okay.
Can't do this.
আর কিছু নেই তো? বাট জুতো, এই জুতোটা কোথায়? বাট তাহলে ওই জুতোটা এর কাছে কি করে? মকানো জুতো।
Are you drunk, mister? Or are you just
You're behind the wheel. The husband has an alibi, but no real motive other than neglect. Jessup's alibi checks out. Bates is a recidivist. He'll be pulling the same stick until we put him away for good. Ackerman has history, opportunity, hard evidence. What motive?
We have the evidence. We know she was here. All we need is a confession, and we can charge the bum with murder.
তাই তো প্রবলেম। মোটিভটা কি? মোটিভটা জানতে পারলেই তো হয়ে যেত। বাট আই থিঙ্ক হি ইজ আ মার্ডারার। হাজব্যান্ডের উপর ফুল অ্যালাবাই আছে আমার।
Mouthpiece first.
We're going this way.
Grand jury case got thrown out. Now the DA wants my head.
No good John with me, detective.
I say we bust in there and find the goddamn evidence.
Hey, you think those Vice boys get any other side?
Somebody gonna tell us what the hell is going on?
Ackerman, you were in the Marines.
How do you know?
The Corps selected big guys for flamethrower duty. That's how you got the burns.
Life expectancy was 5 minutes for a guy in flamethrower detail. What kind of a government puts weight like that on a man's shoulders?
You'll get no argument from me. It was a heavy load.
You feeling sorry for this smelly fuck?
Motive for murder. But I get a contact with victim. Evidence sketch. That আমি প্রুফ করব। এভিডেন্সের মধ্যে পড়ছে
What are you staring at, boy?
Ladies converse boundary.
Why did you kill Mrs. Terrellson?
I have no recollection of the people I have killed.
Are you denying that you strangled Mrs. Terrellson with a length of rope?
I'm not denying anything. You have to have proof, lackey.
Then what is this?
We found a matching piece of rope in your lean-to. I think we'll find the blood will match too.
I own no property. How could it belong to me?
A bus driver dropped Mrs. Terrellson near your camp around 2 a.m. Why did you take her up to the hill?
Which hill? I have many places. I go where I please.
You are clearly insane, Ackerman. The state of California does not execute mental patients.
I don't know the names of the women I've killed, but I've killed many of them. Their necks are so fragile.
Stuart Ackerman, I am charging you with the murder of Teresa Terrellson.
Psychopath Marcella.
A man down on his luck I can abide. But a filthy red who chooses to live outside the rules of society, I cannot stomach. Maybe poor Threes of Tarleton will provide the catalyst we need. I've spoken to the chief and the mayor, and I think it's time we send some men in to remove the godless and send them on their way over the county line. A grand day that will be, gentlemen. And a grand result you have brought me. You two are fast becoming my finest crusaders.
Thank you, sir. We make you proud. কি তোর মোটিভটা কি ছিল মারার পেছনে ওকে? মেরে দিল এমনি এমনি।
And now my heart's a blazing ruin.
Copyright, এটা তো copyright পড়বে, আমি জানি।
You were only fooling. Don't walk away. Don't do me wrong. Don't leave me singing this torched song when I'm burning.
The studio secretary murder.
Of course we will look into it. Yes, I'm aware that it's an election year. Keep a hold of your hat, Councillor. Now is not the time to lose your nerve. It would appear that someone has hocked a rose gold wedding ring and matching engagement ring. Sound familiar?
Deirdre Muller.
Press the pawnbroker and see what you can find out. The address is 348 South Main Street. The Muller case goes before the grand jury next week, and the DA does not want any egg on his face. Then get out to the railroad depot on Santa Fe Avenue. We have another poor unfortunate found this morning beside a railroad line. A 40-year-old white woman.
Right, Skipper.
I didn't come to California to be a secretary.
ঠিক আছে।
Straight through the red light.
Another body, and Deirdre Muller's ring. The Emperor may soon have to come to terms with the fact that he's wearing no clothes.
1 second.
What exactly did you get that book of riddles shoved up your ass, Phelps? Is that what your old man paid college tuition for?
That bum took a swipe at me. I put him down in my sap.
The sharpshooter broke it. The strip. Golden boy. Shield of justice. Chip lighting. The outsider. The sharpshooter.
Canary says he'll sing, but only if I guarantee he walks.
I say we bust in there.
You know the way. You can drive.
Fine. Where are we headed?
চল ফার্স্টে যাই হচ্ছে পান্ডকারেই যাই Lone jewelry source of evidence tip of rally yard register of site of murder victim discovered. Mr. Victim দেখে আসি তারপরে না হয়
You've got to admit, this is looking odd.
Anyone could pawn a ring.
But if you take it along with all of the other indicators...
Cole, Hugo Moeller was identified by the school's groundkeeper. He's our guy.
Witnesses have fingered the wrong guy before.
He ran, for God's sake.
And he always maintained he was set up.
You boys ready? Follow me.
Hard, isn't it?
Yeah. I look after all the rail depots.
What have you got?
The Negro, Nelson Gaines, called it in. I came down here to make sure him and the other guy, Jameson, stuck around.
Jameson found the body?
Something like that. Guy makes me sick.
We'll talk to the coroner. Keep an eye on both of them.
Let me see the victim first.
Smell?
Very good. There is the usual evacuation smell, but it appears she's been living rough for quite some time.
Very strong smell of alcohol.
Well, the autopsy will tell, but I would assume that she was inebriated.
Nothing here. Ring.
Another missing ring.
Certainly seems I've been swabbing a lot of bare fingers recently.
Can you be more exact about the time of death?
No later than 2 a.m. The state the body was in, a 1 or 2 hour window is the best I can do.
Leave the car in front of the hydrant and I'll give you a ticket.
A letter. David Street. Which dear Evelyn, after letter finds is better than when I last rented it.
Someone was trying to get her to come home.
ছিঁড়ে ফেলেছে লেটারটা দেখ। The
We should go up to the lot and see what they know about her.
That's going to be difficult, Cole. Keystone Studio lot closed back in 41.
I got this gadget whiz guy putting recording devices in place.
Okay, and what is this matchbox?
Maybe someone at Mensch's will remember her.
9th and Main. Benches bar. Corner 9th and Main.
This is shit for personal items, not booze. It's not even worth investigating.
One minute. For Evelyn Summer. Any dress?
What have we got here?
White female, approximately 40 years of age, lipstick smudges on the face, but no writing, at least nothing legible. A blunt force trauma to the temple, nose, and eye regions. Ligature marks point to the probable cause of death being strangulation.
Any idea of the time of death?
From her temperature, after midnight would be my guess.
ঠিক আছে সেই রাত্রি দুটো।
Cole Phelps, badge 1247.
How can I help, Detective?
I need an address on Levine's Liquor, closest store to the Santa Fe Avenue rail yard if possible.
Just a moment, Detective. Closest store would be the one at 939 South Hope Street.
Thanks.
চলো, liquor store.
Can you drive to this one?
And where exactly are we going?
Leave the car in front of the hydrant and I'll give you a ticket.
What are you thinking, Ray?
The city keeps tossing us dead bodies. We're just running to catch up.
আর কি করবে তুই?
Detective Phelps, LAPD homicide.
John Ferdinand Jameson.
We need you to answer some questions, John.
If you don't mind, I prefer Ferdinand.
Don't push your luck, knucklehead.
What were you doing to the body, Ferdinand?
Are you sure you won't be upset?
Try me, Ferdinand.
I was kissing her. It's not against the law.
Shut up.
There's no
Take
law
your
against
beating
it.
like a man.
Turn out your pockets, Ferdinand. Classic Carmine.
Smashed.
Is this yours, Ferdinand?
No. I found it near her purse. I thought she could use some lipstick.
Rusty, stop. Don't hit him. You went through her purse?
It wasn't like she needed it. Took a look.
আচ্ছা,
Did you take any money?
Wasn't any to take. I found her lipstick and her matchbook over on the mat. Not much else.
just got
You found the body?
Yes, I did. I work here. I was coming off shift and headed home.
Why didn't you report the body, Jameson? Do you know how this is going to look to a jury?
A jury? What gives? I could tell that she was dead. I came through here about midnight last night. She wasn't here then.
Let me belt him again.
You're under arrest, Jameson. We'll see how this plays out. Until then, you can think a little on how you'd like to be treated if you were found dead.
I'm telling you, it's not illegal. Me and some friends of mine...
Clyde, you get this sack of shit into a cell. I'll deal with him later.
Sure, Rusty.
stumped. Ideas? We need to follow up this lead from the...
Detective Phelps and Galloway, homicide. Can you tell me exactly what happened?
We were shutting cars over to the main line when I saw this man here lying on top of this woman. The woman wasn't moving and seemed to be in a bad way.
What time was this?
About 7:30 this morning, sir.
Thanks for your help. Have you given Patrolman Hart your details?
I have, sir.
Thank you. You can go now.
Let's go, Watson. Let's go. Chalo, Pandora, chalo.
I'm busy here.
You drive.
Phelps.
I need to go over the case notes.
So busy. এতক্ষণ ধরে খুঁজতে পারিস না কিছু?
Read that those goddamn Chinese want to sell the relief food that we're sending them?
Yeah. Yeah, I read about that.
People are starving. They can't do that.
Want to sell the food to fund the civil war against the communists.
Really? Guess that's okay then.
Armies can't fight without food. Spend all your money on weapons, but you still have to have the will to fight. Fortunately, the Reds will win in China.
Watch your mouth. You know what you're saying?
The people of this country overthrew a king. You think the Chinese will balk at an emperor if they are starving?
বাট ছেলেটা দারুণ ছিল, বলে নাকি কেস করছিল।
How can I help you boys?
Detectives Phelps and Galloway, LAPD. You have a rose gold wedding and engagement ring?
David Bremner. Am I gonna get something for this pledge? Gave that bum money, now you guys are gonna leave me short.
How much did you give him?
$50?
Try another number.
20?
Try 10. You feel lucky you're getting it.
I have the rings right here.
এটা চরম পড়ে মাইরি ছেলেটা লোকটা রিয়েলি।
What's this mark here?
Maker's mark. Usually traceable. That one came from Hartfield's Jewelry down on Broadway.
Thanks for the tip.
Okay. And what is this?
Does this mark mean anything?
32 carat.
Gives you an idea of the quality.
What have you got on the guy who brought these in?
Goes by the name of Percy B. Shelley. Gave an address. 15 Poland Street, London, Tulare County.
Can you give us a description of the man who pawned these rings?
Not sure. Medium height, medium build, dark hair, I think. Sorry. He just had one of those forgettable faces.
We'll be in touch, Mr. Bremner.
রিংগুলো তো কিনে। ওকে গাইস, কালকে সকালবেলা আমি ভাবছি এটা জিটি অনলাইন স্ট্রিম করা যায়।
Fine. Where are we headed?
স্টোরে চলো, লিকুয়ার স্টোরে।
We have a problem. We could have the local troopers check out the Tulare County address.
The address is bogus. Herb is having fun with us. The guy who's been sending the Dahlia letters is also the guy who pawned his ring.
How do you figure that?
Percy Bysshe Shelley wrote the poem that came with the Dahlia letter. The Dahlia letters are genuine. The man who killed Elizabeth Short may have also killed Deirdre Muller.
And how do we prove that, Phelps? Skipper ain't gonna like this one bit.
We're gonna have to rely on this guy tripping up on his own vanity.
We should keep this development with the rings under our hat until we speak with the captain.
We're all on the same team, Rusty.
Chain of command, Phelps. The skipper will decide who needs to know. You got it?
I get it, Rusty. I just don't like it.
What can I do for you?
LAPD, Phelps and Galloway. We're making inquiries into the murder of Evelyn Summers.
Evelyn? She's dead?
You knew Evelyn Summers, Mr.
Robbins. Yes, I knew Evelyn. I was a good friend of her ex-husband. She kept some of her stuff here.
Can you show us, please?
Sure. Come this way.
Our ex-husband.
You got some fine stock here, Mr. Robbins. You know, you let us take some for the road, this case might get solved a lot quicker.
He's joking, Mr. Robbins.
She kept a bed here, but I probably shouldn't have let her. An alcoholic in a liquor store, that was never going to work out, was it?
We'll take a look around. Rollins Bowling Alley. Maybe Evelyn did something other than drink in her spare time.
Rawlings. I know that place. Corner of 9th and Grand. A lot of cops bowl there on Tuesday nights.
I'm guessing Evelyn hadn't held down a job for quite some time before she was killed.
When exactly did Evelyn work in the pictures?
A few years ago. She worked in legal copyrights for music.
She wasn't always such a loner. Evelyn was reading Aristotle?
Evelyn wasn't stupid. The only stupid thing about her was her need to drink.
And she was borrowing books from Grosvenor McCaffrey.
অতটাই স্টুপিড যে মার্ডার হয়ে গেল, তাই না? ইসি চলো আরো কিছু এভিডেন্স আছে।
We're trying to account for Evelyn's movements yesterday.
She came by in the morning.
A social visit? To pick up some of her things?
She had a couple of bucks and bought a quart of rye.
Morning এসছে
She was an alcoholic and your friend, and you still kept selling her booze.
You ever try to stop an addict, detective? Better me than having her buy methylated spirits from the hardware store.
I'm sorry.
Are you and Evelyn close, Mr. Robbins?
Many people will be sad she's gone. I'll be one of the few.
When Evelyn bought the booze, did she say who she was meeting or where she was going?
A young drinking friend of hers, I think. Don't recall his name.
Okay.
Do you know a friend of Evelyn's by the name of McCaffrey?
Not personally.
McCaffrey.
We're struggling for leads, Robbins. Did she know McCaffrey?
She idolized him. From what I gather, the feeling was far from mutual. He seems to peddle a revolutionary stance, fixing the ills of society. You could see how it would appeal to down-and-outs like Evelyn.
I thought you were Evelyn's friend, Robbins.
You should learn some manners, some goddamn respect.
We're catching murderers, not running a popularity contest.
I better start raising an extra crop of goose pimples.
Actually.
You know the way. You can drive.
And where exactly are we going?
KTI Radio. Check local publications for time.
মধ্যে আমি মডার্ন ওয়েপন পাইনি কোনো ট্রেস পাইনি কে মারতে পারে ওর হাজব্যান্ড এক্স হাজব্যান্ড এর ঠিকানা পেয়ে গেছি
Drink, fellas.
Phelps, Galloway, homicide. We need to ask you some questions concerning Evelyn Summers.
I'm Walter Mensch. Evelyn Summers, what is it now?
You knew Evelyn?
As well as I wanted to know Evelyn. She's a pain in the ass, always coming in here, cadging drinks, never had any money. She was in just a couple of nights ago.
Did she ever tell you where she was staying?
I don't know. I think she was living rough. She had that kind of stunk about her.
Who did she drink with?
A bunch of these guys. Ask around.
What's your name?
Grosvenor McCaffrey.
Mind if I ask you some questions, Mr. McCaffrey?
I'm just a starving writer, Detective. What do you want to ask about?
Evelyn Summers, and why she was found beaten and strangled in the rail depot on Santa Fe.
Okay. I see your point.
How well did you know her?
I can't say that I knew her. It was more like I was aware of her.
Aware of her?
Do you have a criminal record, Mr. McCaffrey?
Nothing serious. I've had a few skirmishes.
Doubt.
So you want to save me some time, or do you want me to look up your file?
Industrial disputes, strikes, workers' rights, that kind of thing.
A regular fifth columnist. Nice to meet you, comrade.
You say you barely knew Evelyn?
Yes, that is correct.
I don't think so.
I don't like you, McCaffrey. You look like someone who's trying too hard, like your whole life is some kind of performance. I think you need to give us something to get us out of your life.
I don't like you either, you pompous, stiff-necked patrician. You think I don't see through you and all the other minions of the ruling class?
Lost contact.
Did you see Evelyn last night?
No, I was at home, writing. You guys got somewhere you need to be? You're ruining the ambiance.
Do you want to get dragged into this, McCaffrey? Do you want us to get interested in you?
She hung out with this powder puff, James Tiernan. They haunted the public library together.
How well do you know James Tiernan?
I know he works some kind of plebeian job at Rawlings Bowling Alley.
Yeah. Thank you for the information, Mr. McCaffrey.
Goodbye. Thank you, sir.
The regulars might have something else to tell you, but I don't.
You a friend of Evelyn Summers?
Who's asking?
Very cute. You know who's asking.
I know my rights.
You don't have any. Answer the question.
Evelyn mooches for drinks. I don't have any time for that.
Was that so hard?
Keep writing me, copper. One more time, pal, and I'll break your fucking jaw.
You're behind the wheel.
Fine. Where are we headed?
चलो boarding लाइट जाए.
Car 11K, car 11K, come in. Car 11K, car 11K, KGPL.
11 King.
A message from Captain Donnelly, return to Central, go to.
11 King, en route. Let's not keep the man waiting, Phelps.
I think a writerটা সুবিধার নয়.
They bumped up a swipe at me. Put him down with my sap.
Captain is downstairs with Ray Pinker and Carruthers.
Thank you.
I want to make homicide. You know you've got it made if you can get to that point.
Isn't he a cop who won the medal and is solving all the cases?
What's this about, Captain?
Ray and Mal have some concerns over the Henry and Muller cases, which I don't want aired outside of this room.
The evidence is solid, Captain.
I agree, Rusty. It's just that corpses keep piling up.
Copycats.
I've been banging the same drum. But the notes and the lipstick messages.
Evelyn Summers, Cartel Classic Carmine. Each woman, same brand, same color.
Teresa Terrelson didn't have a lipstick message.
Technically, you're right, Rusty. She didn't have any lipstick, but she did have a message. We found it beneath her dress, scraped with a sharp stick.
What did it say?
You sure you want to know?
Ray?
As far as we can be sure, it said cunt BD.
That's one way of looking at it.
Looking at what?
Cunt is all about access, Phelps. You're married, so yours is mortgaged. Some of us like to pay by installments. This guy doesn't like to pay at all.
Why are you so angry, Mal?
Because I just had to fire one of my assistants. He was a friend of Jameson's. God knows what he might have been up to.
Captain, we have good leads in the Summers case, but it's up to you to decide how we proceed.
Keep this under your hat for now. And to follow up on Evelyn Summers, I want daily reports.
got our orders. Back to the Summers case. Get an address for McCaffrey. He'll have blown the bar. I'll meet you outside.
Mouthpiece tore strips off me at the grand jury. Case got thrown out. Now the DA wants my head.
I'm at a loss.
Let's go muscle McCaffrey. You got the address?
Let me pose a question.
Depends. What's it got to do with?
Morals. Would it bother you to put the wrong person away?
Depends.
On what?
On whether anyone except the poor son of a bitch in the slammer ever found out.
The girls are part of a group of 100.
So, you gonna see your married man again? I don't know if it really works.
Phelps, 1247.
How can I help, Detective?
I need an address for a Grosvenor McCaffrey.
Grosvenor McCaffrey. Apartment 6, 126 Yale Street, between Ord and Alpine.
Thanks, ma'am. You can drive.
Records presents Marcia Tilton with her lovely tune.
কতটা সত্যি বলছে কতটা মিথ্যে 6th number জানি
McCaffrey is in apartment 6.
Okay, 3 and 4 এটা একটু হয়ে যাবো Five and 6 disputed.
Doesn't look like anyone's home.
Maybe if... No.
এই তো half letter.
Torn from the letter we found beside the body. At the very least, I'd say it ties McCaffrey to the scene.
Nope.
That's right. Take it. Take it, shop it. Murdered weapon. Victim dress.
He said he was at home. He said he didn't know her. And we have the book.
Let's see Carruthers argue his way out of this one.
Is that you, Grosvenor? Who are you guys? What are you doing in here?
We're from the LAPD, ma'am. Do you know where we might find McCaffrey?
I'm his neighbor. Is he in trouble?
Look, lady, we need to find him, and in a hurry. Are you going to give me trouble?
He has a pigeon coop up on the roof. He spends his mornings up there when he's been drinking.
How do we get up there?
Down the hall and up the stairs.
Drunk and in command of a carrier pigeon. Surely we can write him up for that. A citation at least.
Talk to Grosvenor. I've got housework to do.
That's the guy. I heard he's an honest cop. Oxymoron for you.
Grosvenor McCaffrey! Running on a hangover, McCaffrey? Sit down and we'll talk.
I'll go get our wheels.
You a runner, McCaffrey? Stay and fight the good fight.
Shoot the creep!
Give it up, LAPD. McCaffrey, you're under arrest on suspicion of murdering Evelyn Summers.
হয়ে গেছে খেলা শেষ তোমার
Let's take a quick intermission for news from Washington.
He's in a hideaway in the Chicago suburb of Skokie, Illinois. Confiscated pinball machines, finally taken it out.
Slow and steady, come on!
Hey, you know, take up beating. By the state's attorney, has caused the indictment of 6 local officials. The funeral pyre is on.
KGPL to any unit. The citizen reports suspicious activity 111 South Alameda. Stand by for further for any Central unit.
Hello, Rusty. 2 on your usual lane?
I'm Detective Phelps. Homicide.
You must be new. What's your shoe size?
This is business, Florence. You got a guy works here by the name of Tierney?
Sure we do. He's a pin setter. Clears the jams, works the gutters. go right in. He'll be hopping around the lanes toward the back.
Thank you.
He's a nice boy.
Thanks, ma'am. Let's go get him.
Down the left side of the alley.
Look at the bathroom.
Tiernan, LAPD. There.
What are you waiting for? Get after him! We might go faster if we weren't carrying the extra weight. These are flashy cars to be parked outside a bowling alley.
The lanes attract a fast-living individual with money to burn.
Or a middle-aged individual with the need to feel virile.
Don't go to sleep on me. Get me back in close.
Another runner. At least we've got a suspect.
Why do they always run? I'm sure we've got the wrong person in more than one of these homicides, but they always seem to land.
You know, your theories are not airtight by any means.
Hit him! Clean this asshole off the road! Keep it steady and I'll try to bust his tires!
If this isn't the killer, we can at least get him for reckless endangerment.
That's unless he runs into a wall and saves us all the trouble.
Show me your hands!
Get out from the car. যদি ভালো চলি হয় তাহলে ভালো লাগে না
What in the world?
Okay.
We need to get downtown and wrap this thing up. It's got to be McCaffrey. Unless Tiernan set him up. You don't think that asshole Jameson could have done it, do you? Whoever did it. At least it wasn't that Dahlia fuck.
How do you know that McCaffrey didn't do the Dahlia?
We have a list of over 200 suspects. His name was never on it.
Set people से जाए देखिए James Sherman sebagai agent.
You drive. I need to go over the case notes.
You think the list is exhaustive, Rusty? Who am I to argue?
Listen, let's just work the case at hand, shall we? Then we can sit down and put all the puzzle pieces together at a later time.
I'll hold you to that.
You sure you can make it stick with one of these suspects, gentlemen?
It's either McCaffrey or Tiernan, sir. I think Jameson is an aberration.
All right. I'll deal with that degraded lunatic myself. He's got some fearful retribution coming. Tiernan isn't one, McCaffrey isn't two. I want a confession from one of them. Don't fail me, young Phelps.
First, yeah, what you want?
Why did you run, Tiernan?
I was the last one to see Evelyn that night. I knew you would think it was me.
Can you describe your relationship with Evelyn?
I barely knew Evelyn.
Sounds like half an answer to me, Tiernan. Were you sleeping with her?
That's none of your business.
Aristotle's Metaphysics, the book that belonged to McCaffrey.
McCaffrey saw her looking at her once and laughed in her face.
And you're saying Evelyn stole it?
She wanted something of his.
No way. Nope. They're going to release me now? Right. What the hell is the LAPD up to these days? Is anybody making coffee soon? You see my mother? That's true. I have faith in the Lord. Do you, senor? No, sorry.
We either hang this on you or McCaffrey. You better give us something.
Well, McCaffrey's been in trouble with the law before. I mean, he always makes out it was some kind of labor dispute, but, you know, I'm not so sure.
Do you own a car, Tiernan?
No, I don't.
Have access to a lug wrench?
Well, we use a lot of them to clear jams in the pin setting machines.
Don't stalk around. Were you there? Is the captain in? That's right. So now you want me to lie. Will be take long of responsibility.
Is standing around saying nothing, is this some kind of mental torture?
You need me to sign some papers or something?
Coroner's report says that Evelyn was killed with a wrench. I think you did it and then planted the evidence at McCaffrey's apartment for us to find.
We went to his apartment. McCaffrey was up on the roof. Evelyn stole the book. McCaffrey went crazy when he found out. He said he would put her out of her misery. He can be very cruel.
Evelyn was missing a ring from her right hand.
That's strange. She always wore it. Big black circular disc with a white E in the middle. It was made from an old typewriter key, a present from the prop department at her old movie studio.
We're going to talk to McCaffrey. You need to think about what you've told us, Tiernan. You're not in the clear.
Can you bring me the fire? You trying to shake me down? You can get me Anybody making a coffee soon?
McAfee, you are the victim, bro. I mean, you are the murderer, bro. Fine. Reflects that the threats of violence against humanity. Accusation হচ্ছে বলছে যে ও রাগারাগি করে আর বুকটার কি খবর বলছে
I want to make homicide. You know you made it.
You ready to answer some questions?
You think I have all the answers?
People who run from the police usually have something to hide.
Touché, detective. Let's see where this takes us.
Relationship.
You told us you barely knew Evelyn Summers.
She hung around sometimes. I had very little to do with her.
You are lying, bro.
You'll have to do better than that, Grosvenor. We know about you and Evelyn.
Evelyn was a lush, and a boring one at that. You can't link her to me.
Is it?
Seems there's a serious gulf between what you think you know and what you actually do, detective.
Evelyn died sometime around midnight. Remind me, where were you?
I was at home, writing. I'm working on a manuscript.
You're lying, McCaffrey. You were out at the rail yard.
And what do you have that proves I was there?
Sorry, my mistake.
How about half of Augusta Summers' last correspondence with her daughter?
What are you talking about?
After you were done beating Evelyn, you searched her and found her mother's letter. That old lady's anguish amused you.
I know nothing about a letter or Evelyn's goddamn mother.
So what was it doing on your writing desk?
I don't know, but if I didn't put it there, somebody else did. Try exercising your powers of deduction on that.
We found the lug wrench that Evelyn was battered with in your apartment, and the note from her mother, and your blood-stained clothing. We have you cold, McCaffrey.
You think if I could be bothered to murder Evelyn Summers, I would be stupid enough to leave the evidence in my apartment?
শেষ না?
Haven't you got parking tickets to hand out? You guys got somewhere you need to be? You're ruining the ambiance.
I don't believe you, Grosvenor. The evidence says that you killed her.
You can prove that I wanted to kill Evelyn? Will there be much more of this? It's just that I wanted to get home and work.
It's either going to be you or Tiernan, Grosvenor.
Make it stick, detective. The party has good lawyers.
What the heck?
Hey, you think those vice boys get any on the side?
The bum took a swipe at me. Put him down with my sap.
Cole Phelps, badge 1247.
How could I help, Detective?
I need the jacket on a Grosvenor McCaffrey.
Just a moment, Detective. McCaffrey was formerly under surveillance by the Red Squad. Convictions for petty theft. Dishonorable discharge from the Army during training at Syracuse. Assault on a local woman. Says he almost beat the woman to death.
Thank you.
We've done the legwork. Let's get back to Central and roll one of these sons of bitches.
Detailed assault. Detailed assault. Discharge from military.
You were in the war?
Yes, I was. Seeing the things that I saw, it changes a man. I came back here determined to change things. All I wanted was a pen and an opportunity to speak out.
You told us before that you had only minor run-ins with the police. You didn't mention petty theft.
I've never been in trouble for violence. That's the salient point here, isn't it?
You're holding out on us, McCaffrey. What other trouble have you been in?
I was in a few labor disputes before the war. I didn't use my real name.
Permission felt. এই ছিল
Coroner says it's going to take at least a week to get out. Isn't he a cop who won the medal and is solving all the cases?
You were in the war?
Yes, I was. Seeing the things that I saw, it changes a man. I came back here determined to change things. All I wanted was a pen and an opportunity to speak out.
You told us before that you had only minor run-ins with the police. You didn't mention petty theft.
I've never been in trouble for violence. That's the salient point here, isn't it?
You're lying, McCaffrey. You have a history of violence towards women.
How do you turn a couple parking tickets and a petty theft misdemeanor into an assault charge?
We know all about you and your dishonorable discharge, beating some poor woman near to death in Syracuse. You've never been in combat, McCaffrey. Your whole life is a fraud.
She was a goddamn peasant whore! She tried to steal from my wallet. I could have fought for this country. I could have...
You beat her because she stole from you, because she tried to outsmart you.
The ignorant audacity of the bitch. What is a man supposed to do? Sit there and take it? How is a man supposed to call himself a man?
And Evelyn Summers, a poor, drunken nobody, stole your book.
And she got what was coming to her.
Grosvenor McCaffrey, I'm charging you with the murder of Evelyn Summers. She was a sad lady who never hurt anyone except herself. I hope God finds a way to forgive you.
Congratulations, boys. You bagged the fine catch. Another red to boot. Grand. Now, I want you to put this business about a repeat offender out of your mind. This McCaffrey creature shows no remorse, and neither will the grand jury. You would have to walk a long mile to find a better candidate for an unmarked plot in the prison graveyard.
Okay. Have a good time in jail, dude. Trump. Okay, guys, I have to end the stream right now. কালকে সকালবেলা GTA 5 এর আমি অনলাইন ভার্সন যেটা নিউ আমাদের এসছে GTA 5 টিউনার DLC তো এক্সপ্লোর করব টিউনার DLC এন্ড বিকেলে দিকে যদি ভালহালাটা শেষ করা যায় তো দেখি Goodbye, guys. Have a good night.
Big way when I'm walking, pray when I'm talking this to you. Fight for my